ffeinal iddyn nhw. Y sefyllfa perffaith fysa sy'n nhw'n sgorio 2 yn sydyn, ond dwi ddim eisiau hynna ddigwydd.
Awyrgylch arbennig I fod yn deg. Mae hynny'n deud rhywbeth am gyflwr pêl-droed yn Romania sydd yn boblogaidd. Tîm ar ei holi o 5 gol I 1, a maen nhw wedi heidio yma I weld os na newid I fod. Mae'r gŵr o Roeg, 38 oed, yn barod. A mae'r gic gynta.
And welcome to the red button service here on Scorio on S4C. It's Swansea continuing their adventure in the Europa League, aiming to reach the group stages. Almost there following the 5-1 victory a week ago at the Liberty against Petrolul Ploiesti from Romania. The news about the teams: 5 changes in the home team from the one that was defeated 5-1 in the first leg. Pechania, Akim Benga and Teixeira on the bench. And the big news is that the top scorer, Georgi Grozhev, who scored an overhead kick, a spectacular overhead kick last week, well, he's left for £2.5 million to Russia to join Terek Grozny in Kamboneshku in goal, Soni to the defence, De Lucas and Prizo in midfield, and the gargantuan Ferribori Dore, 6'4" up front. For Swansea, 6 changes. Vorm and Routledge on the bench, out altogether, not even on the bench. Williams, Taylor, Boney and Shelby. And in goal, Gerard Tremmel, Jordi Amat and Ben Davies into the defence. Jonathan de Guzman and Alejandro Pozuelo into midfield. And starting his first game up front for the Swans, young Northern Ireland international Rory Donnelly. I'm joined by the only Welshman, or the first Welshman I should say, to pick up a European trophy, former Everton captain Kevin Ratcliffe. Kevin, 6 changes to the Swansea squad, so resting a few players really.
Yeah, very much so, but the players that have been brought in certainly know the system to play. There's no difference in the system that they play week in, week out. I'm sure that Amat coming in, and Leon Britton especially knows the system. The big one is a lad Donnelly up front. This is a big opportunity for him, and one to prove to Michael Laudrup, if ever needed in the Premiership, I'm ready, come and call on me.
Wilfried Boney not even on the bench. The referee, by the way, is Mikhail Koukoulakis from Greece. Early opportunity for Prizo, who came on as a substitute in the first leg down on the Liberty. The Cameroon international, and there's a good crowd here, and the atmosphere is quite lively.
It does. It sounds absolutely fantastic. It's an atmosphere you want to be involved in if you've got a 4-goal cushion. You know, it'll just give you that little bit more to go on, and you know, maybe nick a goal or 2 as well. But you know, take nothing for granted. This Petrol side will be a different side than when they played at Swansea. They'll be putting them under pressure, as you've seen early, putting Swansea under as much pressure as they can early doors.
Exactly what happened in the first leg, where in the opening 15 minutes or so there was a threat from the visitors, but once Wayne Routledge had put the Swans ahead, well, they were on the back foot for the rest of the match, and the goal from Grozhev late in the match was a consolation, no more, and it would be quite a turnaround if Petrolul could get anything out of this match. But they're going to try their best to raise their team.
I'll tell you what, they're in buoyant mood considering they lost the first leg 5-1.
This is Jean Soni Al-Senat, the Haiti international, with the throw-in headed out by Ben Davies. Bit of a surprise that Ben Davies starts the match, Kevin.
I'm very surprised. I thought that, you know, especially the amount of games that he's played, a suggestion that he's a little bit burnt out. You know, would they rest him? So maybe the suggestion is that, you know, come half-time, if it's 0-0 and they've still got the cushion, then maybe there'll be a few changes, especially Ben Davies, Michu for instance, maybe de Guzman. They've got the opportunity there maybe to give them a little bit of a breather in the second half.
You saw Cosmin Contra there. He's the Petrolul manager, former Getafe player, used to play, and Michael Laudrup at Getafe, so they both know each other very, very well. Oban with the long ball out of defence. Starting in defence this evening, Ovidiu Oban, midfield last week, and he was the one who deflected Wayne Routledge's shot into goal for the first Swansea goal last week. De Lucas gives the ball away, and an opportunity for Pablo Hernandez to run towards Oban. Good defending, and Hernandez is down. Long ball forward by Mostival, looking for the run by Ferry-Boridore.
It was a bit poor from Hernandez. He's ended up with a little bit of a knock. But, you know, really, he should have been running with his head up.
This is Nyongo Prizo. Prizo looking for the run of Hamza Younes. Michu. Prizo does well under pressure. Lively start to the match. And Rory Donnelly. Don't think he's at the touch yet, Kev, but
he looks a fair size, does the lad. And like I said, great opportunity for him this evening. But Hernandez before should have really been running with his head up. You know, he's got his head down when he's running. He doesn't see the runs off him. He gets caught in possession once again. Very similar Saturday when he was at Spurs. For me, in the first half, give the ball away too much.
Mr. Koukoulakis refereed Wales away at Montenegro in 2010. A match that Wales lost 1-0. Michu playing in that sort of central position behind the front man that he really, really enjoys, and he's got Pozuelo with him tonight, and Pablo Hernandez. So
that's certainly my favourite position for him, just behind the striker. Yeah, he does well as a striker, but I think he's more threatening coming from deep.
Prizo, he's seen a lot of the ball in the opening 5 minutes or so. Good header by Chico Flores. And the free kick conceded by De Lucas, Pablo De Lucas, Spaniard, formerly of Rayo Vallecano.
It's the hand really coming across there, isn't it? He's getting his chest to it, but
Rangel, Pozuelo, De Guzman. Foul by Rangel on Hamza, on Boujema, Damien Boujema, the Frenchman in a very, very cosmopolitan Petrolul Ploiesti side.
Well, he's got a little bit too tight here, Rangel. You know, he's sticking his foot out. It's needless, really. He's going nowhere. There's plenty of bodies. One thing you don't want to be doing is getting booked as well, getting a yellow card, especially when you've got that cushion.
Free kick to the home side. Tremel barking out instructions. Everybody back. Bar Donnelly for Swansea. Ball played in by De Lucas. Pablo De Lucas. Fourth good play by Leon Britton, forcing him back. This is Sonny Mostiva, the captain. Sonny, Oban, Prizo. Sonny again looking for the run. The free kick awarded against Hamza Younes.
Well, Younes with a good run. You know, it's nearly caught Swansea out. We've got to be very, very wary and, like I say, be on the guard. This is a long ball. This is a good 40, 50 yards. And looks like Amit's just been left stranded with Ben Davis a little bit. Younes with a great run.
Petrolul, third in the Romanian league at the moment. Had a good 2-1 victory away on Sunday against second placed Astra. Giorgio, ball played into the middle by Pozuelo, and the intent was Rory Donnelly, and almost got there. It was Ovidio Oban with a defensive clearance for the corner kick.
I like this player, Pozuelo. He come on against Tottenham and he's very instrumental, quick thinking. What a great early ball. Nearly caught the defence out.
Free kick taken quickly. Shot on the edge of the area by Pablo Hernandez. Miss hit, really. Should have done better there. Should Hernandez. Donnelly. Chico Flores up from the back, forced off the ball, concedes the throw in.
He's a strong lad, the lad Prizo, isn't he? he's had a little bit of trouble in the past.
He has indeed, yes.
Just to say the least.
Yeah, say the least. Fighting with policemen after being sent off and what have you. Oh, sturdy challenge on Pozuelo by Geraldo Alves at the back. Well, Swansea know they're in the game here, Kev.
Well, sometimes that's what you need. You know, when you're leading 5-1, then that's what you need. You need a team to come out and... to be fair, it's a good tempo to the game, and Swansea have added to their tempo as well. But Trollo, you know, they're looking neat and tidy. Have they got enough? That's the one thing.
De Lucas to Ferriboridori, Congo international. This is Pablo De Lucas to Oban. Nothing ball really, that'll be easy for.
Well, I think the first signs is that you let Hoban have the ball. He's given the ball away on numerous occasions already in the game, and we're only just into the game, literally 5 minutes or so. And there's a late challenge there. That is late, and the referee spot on. He's going to should have been giving him a booking, but that is a booking. Stava, late challenge, and that is late. That is definitely a yellow card, and really the referee spotted everything. He's got the foul right. The one thing that he's got wrong is it should have been a yellow. He is giving him a yellow, which is nice to see.
So Sonny Mustivar, the first player to be booked this evening. Donnelly up with Alves. Oban. Petrolul Ploiesti 0. Swansea City 0. Swansea leading 5-1 after the first leg. And hopefully into the hat tomorrow at Monaco for the group stages. Donnelly, Pozuelo rather. Headed out by Sonny. Repriza, they're trying to get the ball out to him on every occasion, aren't they?
They are. He looks neat and tidy. He looks, well, from one side of his game we know he's strong. It looks as if he's neat and tidy as well. He's already had a chance around the back stick early on in the game.
De Guzman, Pozuelo to Donnelly. Pozuelo was taken out here.
Another late challenge. And, you know, will this be a booking as well?
Geraldo Alves, he saw the yellow card in the first match for a poor challenge on Pablo Hernandez.
It's a block, isn't it? It's just taking him out of the game, stopping him making that little run in behind.
Experienced player Geraldo Alves, 32 matches in Europe. And, for clubs like Benfica and AEK Athens. Played against Everton for AEK Athens, by the way, Kev.
Did he?
Bruno Geraldo Alves at the back. Dore. This is De Lucas.
What's this? This is a little bit of I think, just a little bit of a coming together. I don't think there's anything in this. Chico Flores. Was another booking. There's another demonstration from one of their players. But Dore, I think, is it Younes again who's involved? He's made the run forward. This will be interesting to see again. He's making a little bit of a meal of it. Nothing really in it. There's absolutely nothing. I don't know if his legs given way under him. He slipped. It looks as if he slipped. But I'm sure somebody's picked up a booking in between this. I'm not quite sure who it is. But for demonstrating for a penalty, it doesn't look good, especially when you slip like that.
Well, his knee appeared to go underneath it. Chico Flores has received the yellow card.
Well, if he's received the yellow card, surely it's a foul.
Well, you'd think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and a penalty.
Yeah.
And maybe a sending off. But I can't see it being Chico Flores that's got booked there. But that's there's a little bit of nothing, but does seem to be into some pain, does Younes?
I think he jarred his knee as he landed, so Chico Flores goes into the book alongside Sonny Mustiva.
Are you sure it's Chico Flores? Because I'm not quite sure there if it is Chico Flores that's got a booking. I think it might be that guy there.
Feribari Dore for the complaint. He certainly felt hard done by.
Because why would he book Flores and he's not given a free kick?
We just had confirmation there, Kevin, that it's Nyongo Prizo, the right winger for Petrolul, who receives a yellow card for the protests.
Well, that either slows him down or gets him sent off. It's either way that way with that player, because he looks as if he's a live wire.
A good run by Sonny from the back, still going. The Haiti international suspended for the first leg following the red card, 2 yellow cards against Vitesse Arnhem.
I can't see this game ending 11v11. You know, if the Romanians are going to go at it like they are, they've got to be, you know, spot on with the challenges.
Long ball looking for Dore, and his height, the 6'4" Feribari Dore, looking for the run by Damien Boujema, straight through, and easy for Gerard Tremmel. Cosmin Contra, well, he'll be frustrated at the challenge by Chico Flores. If he did receive the yellow card, the point you were making there, Kevin, if he did receive the yellow card, then that was a spot kick.
But Swansea looking good, you know, they look nice and organised, disciplined, which is the main thing, you know, going away from home. And there we are, Prizo is demonstrating, and that's the yellow. The other players picked up the yellow, and obviously the referee's having no messing. And to be fair to the referee, I think he's been spot on in the game so far. In the first 15 minutes or so, he has been spot on with decision making that he's been given. So hopefully he carries on with that.
Mr. Koukoulakis from Greece. This is Prizo. Younes waiting for the run from Sony.
Well, Hernandez had lost his man then. Sony had gone on the overlap. Hernandez was left stranded. They could have threaded that ball through. I do believe there could have been an opportunity for the Romanians.
Petrolul Ploiesti 0, Swansea City 0. Lively opening. The intent from the home team quite clear. But they'd need a couple of goals before half-time to make a game of it, wouldn't they?
Well, it'd be interesting with the crowd. I mean, they're really buoyant, getting behind their side. But like I say, if you go in at 0-0, you know, what will they be like at half-time? You know, maybe it'll just silence them. Well, maybe they just come out for the night.
The voice of Kevin Ratcliffe, former Everton and Wales captain. Ball for Donnelly to chase, slips. Alves back to Bornescu, who's in goal for Petrolul tonight, by the way, replacing Pichania, the Brazilian who started and played the first leg at the Liberty, conceded the 5 goals. Younes, Hernandez sliding in, Sony to Prizo. De Lucas motors forward. Ball off Sony's. This is Pozuelo. Forward to Donnelly. Now there's an opportunity for Rory Donnelly. Donnelly sets himself. Wow. Shoots wide.
Yeah, he should maybe look at taking that on again and being a little bit more positive, should Donnelly. But I'll tell you what a lovely ball from Michu. First time ball, just catches everybody out. If he has a touch, it kills the move. But he doesn't. It's a one-touch pass. And great passing. The link-up play. It's great to see.
Clearest opportunity so far to Rory Donnelly. Chico Flores, de Guzman, Pozuelo and Britain combining in midfield, the midfield triangle. This is Dore to a close control. Michu goes in hard.
Well, I don't think that's a foul. I thought he's gone in. It's a 50-50 challenge. And Hoban's, I don't know, he's once again making a little bit of a meal of it. Maybe he's just caught his... He's very unlucky there, Michu.
Hoban. Fully mobile again. Repriza. Good play by Swansea. And the ball up, looking for Donnelly. Donnelly falls into the challenge of
I'll tell you what,
the
movement's really good. The movement by Michu, if you can ever have a look at it before the ball actually goes to Donnelly, that he just moves out of that space where Donnelly's moved into. And great appreciation for other players from Michu.
Daniel Pozuelo. Chance here for Ploiesti. Petrolul Ploiesti, the reigning Romanian Cup holders, having beaten Cluj 1-0 in the final. Back they come again. This is De Lucas looking for Younes. Michu. Good play by Michu. Combines with Pozuelo. Pablo Hernandez hugging the left touchline. Donnelly in acres of space on the near side, but not seen by Pablo Hernandez.
No, he's... I think Michu's a little bit frustrated there that he never got the ball. It was good link-up play by him to start the move, but Hernandez really should be doing better. But this is him tracking back. Michu's got to be careful. That's 2 challenges now he's been penalised for. Next one, it's got to be a booking. It's needless. You know, the longer this competition goes on, I don't know how the bookings actually stand, but I'm sure they carry on into the group stages. It may be after that.
The group stages will become clearer tomorrow.
Yeah, I think they seem to change the rulings in this competition just to make it interesting.
Long ball forward, looking for Younes. 4 goals in the Romanian League this season for Hamza Younes, 2 in the Europa League. An opportunity now for Pozuelo to break. Almost played Donnelly through. Good defending by Geraldo Alves.
Alex showing all of his experience there. Pozuelo there was so close to finalising that pass to Donnelly, who'd made a great run. A little bit of suggestion of offside though. But he's not quite sure if the ball would have got through to him. Would he have given offside, the linesman?
Great opportunity though, Kevin, for players like Pozuelo and Donnelly to stake their claim for a place in the first team.
I don't think it'll be long before Pozuelo actually gets an opportunity. Not really seen too much of Donnelly. I tell you what, Michu's not holding back tonight. I think that 1 or 2 of them might think that they have the right to hold back, but he's certainly not.
Amat, surging run up from the back, looking again for Rory Donnelly.
He should be looking just to stay on side and get in behind that opposite defender. Donnelly.
This is Dore, tries to hold off Jordi Amat, and against the free kick against the Spaniard.
Just let's say he can't win every ball as a centre-back. His hands are up, Amat, and Dore is a strong lad. He looks a big lad as well.
Congo international, 6 caps for Congo. Feribori Dore, 6'4", and he'll be a totem pole up the front there now for them to aim the free kick in towards. So bit of defending for the Swans. It's Pablo De Lucas looking for the big men up in the penalty area. Cleared out by Michu doing the defensive duties.
I'm very, very impressed with Michu tonight, the way he started. Yeah, he could quite easily sort of want to stroll the game. You know, thinking about the Premiership weekend and an important game away at West Brom.
Swansea rooted at the bottom of the Premiership at the moment. No points and a -4 goal difference. Michu looking for the run by Hernandez, but Bornescu awake to the threat, concedes the throw in.
Unlucky with the pass. Right idea, just didn't get enough really bend on it with the outside of the foot to get to Hernandez.
Michu again looking for Donnelly. De Lucas. Sonny. He's a good player, Sonny. That right wing combination between Sonny and Prizo. That's a threat for Ben Davies down the left hand side there.
Well, it's Younes as well. He's making some good runs. You know, he seems to start off deep and then he doesn't look like a manager, does he? I don't know what a manager looks like, but he doesn't look like a manager.
Throw into Swansea. Again, it's Mostivar, the captain. Sonny Mostivar, the Frenchman who leads Petrolul Ploiesti. De Guzman.
He's been a bit off tonight. De Guzman up to now, he's given the ball away. Oh, it's a good run here.
It's a good ball by De Lucas.
I've been a little bit disappointed really in the Romanians going forward. In the last third, the passing's been a little bit lax and they're not very penetrative. It can be better.
De Lucas, he's been lively. Oban up from the back. Sonny plays it in, looking for Ferriboridore. That's a good clearance up to Donnelly, and it's De Lucas who's back there, plays the ball forward, looking for Pablo Hernandez. Hernandez tries to knock the ball past Geraldo Alves. Almost worked.
Almost worked. Donnelly's lost a little bit of control. His touch wasn't the best going forward.
Ball in by De Guzman to Pablo Hernandez, in looking for Michu, and he had Michu and Pozuelo at the far post.
I think it was actually Donnelly that added it back. Absolutely the right idea, a little bit too close to the goalkeeper.
Ben Davies up from the back, there's opportunity for Pozuelo, and he had Britain, it was on the right hand side, couldn't quite find him.
Well, the good thing was that he knew as soon as he couldn't have the shot that he knew to pass it to, but good defending from the Romanians.
Rangel, Pozuelo again taken out after the ball had gone. Pozuelo determined, under pressure. Michu, Pablo Hernandez.
They like a tackle, don't they? Getting off the feet. Like I say, you know, if you're doing that, you've got to make sure you're spot on with the tackle. If not, I'm just wondering what the fitness levels. Alves there, he's got his hands on his hip. Good cross by Ben Davies, pulling the ball back. Here's the touch by Pozuelo. Great tackle by Alves, and then once again a saving tackle by him. As Pozuelo actually seen, I think it was Leon Britton or somebody making the run. Could have been Rangel who joined in play as well.
Stivar, Dore, Younes in there, and Bujima as well with Chico Flores. It was a wrestling match.
Yeah. He did well really, because he never went in for the first challenge thinking that if he got it wrong it was going to be a foul. I think he's adapted well, you know, to the Premiership and the way that it's played, and you know, sometimes he did some things that were a little bit not quite sure about, but then I think he's matured. Good opportunity for Tremel as well to get a bit more experience in goal.
Shot from distance by Oban, and it's back with Jean Sonny Alcenat, all the way back to Mircea Bornescu. Looking again for Dore, and it's Chico Flores who's there. Younes with the clearance. Alves up from the back. So far, Swansea dealing with everything that the home side throw towards them.
I don't think Tremel's had a save to make. I must admit, Bornescu as well, I don't think so, has had too much to do either. But the game's not been too bad. It's been a high-tempo game, but Swansea comfortable at the moment.
Bujama. past Guzman easily. Can he get past Rangel? He wins the corner kick. Good play by Damien Boujema, the Frenchman.
Well, it's taken nearly 30 minutes to get the first corner. You know, that's not good signs. They really should be trying to put Swansea in a little bit more trouble. Let's see what they can deliver from this corner.
It is Damien Boujema with the corner kick to the near post. Another opportunity to get the cross in to the far post, headed out. Mustivar, an overhead kick over the bar. Can't happen 2 games in a row.
No, well, I think he's looking for a move as well. It's a great overhead kick, just like the goal in the first leg. And Younes here is great technique. I mean, look at that. And it's so close, it's dipping all the way. Just needed the goal to go back another yard, half a yard. I think Tremmel might have had it if it was on target. But I tell you what, this crowd is absolutely fantastic. You know, the way they're getting behind their team. 5-1 down. I mean, what would they have been like if it was 1-0? If they were 1-0 down?
Hamza Younes, 1 goal so far in, or 2 goals I should say, in the Europa League qualifying rounds, away to Vikingur in the Faroe Islands.
Reminds me of a good old teammate of mine, Mark Hughes, overhead kicks.
Dore. This is Prizo. De Lucas. Alves.
It's well defended. Absolutely fantastic. You know, that's a togetherness. They've worked hard on that. And you know, I noticed it first sort of couple of minutes into the game, Rim, but I wasn't quite sure. I didn't know if it was a reflection off a camera or something, but some sort of green lasers being shined into Tremmel's face at times. Quite off-putting. They are banned, I do believe. Obviously, Romanians haven't got that book. Lucas not happy with Britain. Exchanging a few words. I'm sure it'll be Spanish. I'm sure he would have picked up a little bit of Spanish off the Spanish lads in the side at Leon Britain.
This is Guilherme, the Brazilian. Mustivar. He had a good game last week, did Sonny Mustivar, in midfield, just in front of the back four for Petrolul. Sweeping up and cleaning up at the back. Here they come again. He'll never get that though.
A well organised Swansea, really well organised, and I tell you what, the way they've come out into this game is a very, very professional. Yeah, they're making it very, very hard for Petrol, and it's going to be a long night for them. But already, you can't see any way back, can you, Brent?
Already into the group stages of the Europa League. Clubs such as Wigan, Valencia, Lazio, Bordeaux and Anzi Makachkala. And Swansea City well on the way to joining them in the draw tomorrow. The matches, by the way, on the 19th of September, and then in October on the 3rd and the 24th, in November on the 7th and the 28th, and then the 12th of December. So a busy period in front of Swansea, Kevin. You know, they're facing something like 30 matches before Christmas, so they'll need a deep squad, won't they?
Well, completely different from last year. As you've seen last year, you know, didn't really have a big squad. But this year, you look at it, they've got covered in every areas. You know, you're looking at Amat instead of Williams. You know, sooner or later, Neil Taylor coming back for Ben Davis. You know, they've got variation. They've got, you know, Britton who stepped in tonight, Canes who's on the bench, Routledge is not playing. You know, Dyer who's to come back as well. You know, there's a first team to come back in now, so it's going to be very, very competitive. But I think it's going to be more that it's still a togetherness, because this is going to be a team effort from now to the end of this season, because not only have got Premiership games, Carling Cup games, you know, and whatever, they've got the Europa League as well, which I think, it's around about 6 more games, is it, did you say, in this competition?
Yeah. 6,
so, you know, that it's going to be a long season for them, and it's going to be a testing times for Michael Laudrup. The one thing they've got to do is get 3 points on the board in the Premiership.
Yesterday, by the way, they re-signed, if that's the correct technical term, Dwight Tiendali, the Dutchman, who'd been released at the end of last season. He's back, and I think that was possibly due to Neil Taylor's injury, which keeps him out for about 6 weeks.
Well, you need as much options as you can. Good defending by Hammett. Don't let the player turn, and if he does turn, you know, you're there to do something about it. No, interesting times for Michael Laudrup, and transfer window's not dead yet. More players coming in. Will anybody go? You know, there's always rumours about Michu and Williams going to Arsenal.
This is Boujama with the corner kick for Petrolul. Can they strike before half-time?
Organised to the last person. You know, you talk about the changes of coming in. The people that they all know the jobs, and that's the greatest thing for me for Swansea, is that, you know, whoever comes up knows their job, specific job, whatever position they come into. If it'll be a right winger, left winger, centre back, right back, left back, they all know their jobs.
But a tough start to the Premiership season, Kev. I mean, Manchester United at home and Spurs away.
Well, you know, and with them not picking up points, you don't want to be losing any of your players, and especially the likes of Michu. They're players that really you need, because if you go next week into the sort of international period, bottom of the league, you're bottom of the league for 2 weeks before your next game, and you never know what sort of effect it has on a team as well. You know, I'm sure they'll be okay. There's no doubt about it, the way that they play. But you then get concerned about the amount of games they have got if they're at the bottom half of the table. But I don't think you'll see this side at the bottom half. Be very, very surprised if I do.
Well, the experts predicting the top 8 finish for Swansea City this season. Alves. This is Guilherme, faced by Pozuelo. For Dore again, it was Chico Flores who stepped in, and Pablo Hernandez. Back to Ben Davis. Davis looking for Donnelly. Verdict on Donnelly so far, Kev?
Yeah, it's been difficult. He's not had a lot to do, and when he has had, it's you know, it's all about getting. He's had the one chance that he never hit the target. You know, it's very, very hard to play when you're the lone striker, but you know, he must have played it, you know, because he knows the position. He's played it at most probably reserve team and youth team level, so you know, he'll be used to that position. The one thing that he won't be too used to would be the physicalness of the opposition and how tight they get to you, and maybe always, you know, trying to get a little bit of a nip on the ball. So that's something that maybe he'll be a little bit new to. Well, this will strengthen him up though.
Donnelly, by the way, played for Cliftonville against the New Saints in 2011 in Europe. The New Saints winning that one 2-1. Opportunity for Ploiesti. And now the Swans can break. This is Michu. This is Donnelly. Michu continues with his run. Well, you could see what Donnelly was trying to do there.
He was, but it was all about having a touch, wasn't it? Michu hadn't carried on his run, and I think what Donnelly was trying to do was make sure that when he did get it, that the pass was right. Well, it would have been if Michu would have carried his run, but with him having his head down and concentrated on his touch, he's missed the run by. Oh, there's another chance.
Here's another chance here for Donnelly. Donnelly turns inside, and he's held by Geraldo Alves. Then he goes in on Mircea Bornescu.
Well, I mean, Donnelly here, yes, he should have hit it, but it was a nice little bit of skill, and if it wasn't for Alves, who's an experienced defender, stopping him making that run. And if anything, it's Alves who wraps his hand round his neck and throws him onto the keeper. Great little bit of skill, ends up with a nutmeg, but Alves uses his experience to get his body across. Hopefully he's not fazed by that. Like I said, the physical and strength of experienced players, you know, will be testing times for Donnelly. You know, he'll learn from it. He'll realise what it's about.
Doré on to Hamza Yunus. Leaves it for Damien Boujema. Flores over Chico Flores. Good play. Oh, he got the ball there, surely.
Well, he's taken it from the wrong side, as Flores. You know, he's coming round the side where his body is. It's like a tackle from behind it, and it only needs, even if you get contact with the ball, you get in contact with the man, and he's no need. He's in a wide position. You have no need. Well, it's a definite foul. And why do you argue? You know, I'm not too sure if he's been butt there, but he could easily have.
Some more defending for Swansea as we approach the final minutes of the first half. And it's Damien Boujema to curl the ball. Too much purchase on that one, and
well, I think he's in two minds. Do I go for goal or do I cross it? Because that's neither. I think in them areas that you've got to look to score, and if you don't score, does somebody come across it? I mean, as you can see, the manager's absolutely fuming with Boujema, mate. It's not the best delivery. I think this deliveries from set pieces by all of them actually, and Petrol side has been poor tonight.
Found in the lower leagues in France, Damien Boujema. Pozuelo for once wayward with his pass. He hasn't been firing on all cylinders this so far, has he? Alejandro Pozuelo.
Well, I've only seen him come on as a sub, and he's been an impact player. So sometimes you can be a sub, if you know what I mean. You know, Alex Ferguson was a dab hand at picking subs to win you the game or to change the game. He might be one of them.
Boujema.
You can even go back to before my day, and when there was only one sub, and Davy Fairclough, who was known as super sub.
There's only one David Fairclough.
Amazing the impact he had, really, when you consider there was only one sub that you could actually have.
We're still talking about him, Kev. How many years? Tens of years later. So, you know, shows the impression that he made. This is Boujema. He's got Guilherme on the left, turns back.
Well, the choice of passing is poor, isn't it?
Repriza. Well, that was strange.
You know, they could have gone earlier on in that move. They could have gone left. And Amad's really recovered well. It was a poor touch by Repriza. Like I said, the last third, you know, from the 18-yard box, 20 yards out, you know, you've got to say they've been pretty poor.
Yunus wins the corner kick off Jordi Amat.
This is where you've got to be really focused and switched on. A couple of minutes before half-time. You know, you've done a lot of hard work up to now. Don't switch off.
Boujema with the corner kick, and is here for Yunus, off the line, and an opportunity for Petrolul that's still there, and I think it was Leon Britton on the line.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Just gone to sleep here, followed the ball of the defenders, and Flores, it's actually Flores moving out of the space, and that's where it's left there. And well, Leon Britton's doing his job. He's on the line. That's what he's there for. I'm not quite sure what's happening here, but
it's a corner kick taken from the wrong side.
Switching sides, yeah.
It's Pablo De Lucas.
Well, that's the only chance really they've had. Tremblett, could he have got it?
So an out-swinging corner from the Spaniard. And it's up to Pablo Hernandez. No one there.
I'd say the last two corners have been better than all the set pieces they've had in the first half.
Donnelly back defending. Big boot upfield to clear the pressure, and just a chance to get their breath back a bit.
Organised once again. Swansea, people on the post doing their jobs. Little Leon Britton with the header off the line.
Kierme. And yeah, Younes, but again, that last ball every time, isn't it?
Every time. Younes there is, he's been not bad. But this is the opportunity, comes across, and there it is. It falls to Younes, and he's got to bury it first time. Tremmel with a great save, reaction, it's hit him. Straight out, he's up off his feet, making sure that if it does come back in, he can flick it over. But Leon Britton there, would it have been enough on it anyway to get in the back of the net? Would somebody else have got there to recover it? But jobs have been done in the first half. You might see changes in the second half. Jazz Richards coming on, maybe.
Michael Laudrup's got Gary Monk, Jazz Richards, Wayne Routledge, Ki Sung-young, Jose Cañas and Roland Lamar on the bench.
Well, my suggestions would be Richards coming on. Ki Sung would most would be coming. Amat looks as if he's just been booked. Needless. You don't need to get booked. These could come back to haunt you later on. And the last thing that Michael Laudrup was to have thoughts in his head going into games that people are on bookings. Because obviously you need players for the Saturday, players for the midweek.
Booked for kicking the ball away. De Lucas with the free kick, and Ferre Boridori with the header.
You would actually say they don't look as if they've got 4 goals in them, does it?
Well, Michael Laudrup, he'll be more than happy. Half time, just a minute or so away, and goalless. Apart from one's clearance off the line.
Can you actually see or hear the tone in the supporters? Is just turning a little bit, isn't it?
There we go. Mr. Koukoulakis blows the half time